and welcome back to Cooking with Matt. We're going to do some mashed potatoes that require a Surgeon General's warning. We're going to use instant mashed potatoes. I know that's a shocker for some of you. I do prefer whipping cauliflower or using fresh potatoes, but when I'm serving the masses, it's a lot easier this way. And quite honestly, I've been told that my mashed potatoes, the instant ones, are the most incredible thing that they've ever had when it comes to mashed potatoes. Very rich, very creamy. We are not going to follow the instructions on the box. We're going to substitute the liquids on the box, which are just butter, milk, and water, for something completely different. The first thing I'm doing is melting down a cup of butter, 2 cups of butter there. I'm going to add to that a 1/4 cup of lemon juice. And remember that liquefied or that kind of pasty chicken base? That's what I'm using right here. Put that in there. This is a 1/4 cup. I'm going to add to it a 1/2 cup of Marsala wine. And then a couple dashes of Worcestershire, my flavor enhancer. We're going to let that liquid get nice and hot. You can smell the wine cooking off a little bit. The chicken base is used to give us a salt. We're not adding any salt to this. If you want to add salt when you're done, that's fine, but the chicken base is going to be what we need here to give us that salty, rich flavor. You can also add your drippings from your chicken or your turkey when you cook it down. That would also work. You can use a vegetable broth if you want to do something that's vegan. 2 cups heavy cream. We need to get this nice and hot for those potatoes in there. If you simmer this down, it would thicken on its own a little bit. Right now, you have the base for a cream chicken soup. So that's getting hot. I'm going to add a tablespoon of onion powder. Should have done that before. Onion, granulated onion, not onion salt. That's starting to get warm. I want to put in my sour cream and let that melt in. This is going to liquefy at heat. Again, this is 2 cups, and that's the same amount of the heavy cream as the sour cream. Just whip that in there. You can get one of those electric whippers and whip this up if you like. And speed up the process a little bit, but once you put the potatoes in, it's all going to kind of come together anyway. You can always add Parmesan cheese to this, make Parmesan mashed potatoes. You could add garlic to make garlic mashed. While that's cooking a little bit and getting hot, I'm going to do a little taste test. See if I need any more chicken base or more onion. I think it does need a little more chicken base. So let's double that up a little bit. Remember, we used 1 tablespoon before. Use another one now. The reason why it's important that this has strong flavor is because you're going to add potatoes to it, and those are kind of bland. So this is my salt. Let's stir that in. You can see them starting to bubble up and get hot. As you can tell, this is boiling on the outside, starting to bubble, getting hot. You don't want the cream to break. You don't want this to get too hot, then everything will come apart. And I'm going to start adding my potatoes in. This is 4 cups of potatoes. Here's the potato mix. I like the all-natural kind you get at one of those stores around town. The ingredients in this are salt, sea salt actually, potatoes, and a little bit of milk. These are going to get really hot as those potatoes begin to absorb that moisture. If I have too much liquid, I just grab another one of those packages. But this is getting pretty close. You do want to make sure you stir it in well. The last thing you want to do is serve somebody potatoes that have big chunks of potato mix in them. You could add cheddar cheese too, that'd be awful good. I'm gonna turn my heat down, these are getting awful hot. You could add more melted butter if you wanted to. Rich, creamy, smooth. All right, when I bring them around, I usually do this. Make them look nice and then kind of go around the outside like that. Makes them look fancy. There you are. Mashed potatoes. Like I said, better tell your friends just in case you have a heart attack after you eat these. But there's probably very little redeeming value other than the starch from the potato. But they're going to taste great. Enjoy. Thanks for watching Cooking with Matt.